Hi, and welcome to Tapped into Hudson. I'm Steve Lenox. I'm the publisher of Tap into Bayonne, Tap into Jersey City, and Tap into Hoboken. I sit here alone in the studio today, acknowledging the fact that the second wave of COVID-19 has found us. Numbers are going up across the state, also here in Hudson County. And we also acknowledge the fact that Governor Murphy has put some additional restrictions in place in the restaurant industry. And we want to talk to a few restaurant owners today, because we want to make sure that we're doing all we can to help our local businesses. So with that, we're going to turn right to Roseanne Scalia, the co-owner of Paulie's Brickhouse in Jersey City. Roseanne, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How are you today, Roseanne?
I'm well, and how are you?
Good, good, good. So difficult times, of course, for the restaurant industry. And we just mentioned at the outset there that Governor Murphy has declared that bars and restaurants will close at 10 p.m. going forward. How does that hit you guys?
Well, it's definitely another blow to the restaurant industry. For a lot of us, people work all day long. They like to come in the later hours, with a friend or two, have a drink, have, dinner. So it's definitely going to take its toll.
One bar owner in Hoboken referred to it as demoralizing. I mean, would you go that far? Is this really that impactful to you?
I understand we need to protect, our customers, our employees. Numbers are going up, but I do feel to some extent restaurants are the first to be targeted. So it's kind of a hard call. I'm not really sure,
Roseanne,
exactly how.
I would agree it's a hard call. None of us know what the right answers are, right? And we're just kind of going along and trying to do the best we can. Roseanne, I've been in Paulie's several times since COVID broke out, and safely, of course. So can you talk to our viewers a little bit of what you guys have done to make sure that everybody's safe when they come in?
Well, we have every day we do cleanings. In addition to social distancing the tables as well as the bar area. Once a customer does leave, their table, chairs, all the surrounding areas, everything is deeply sanitized for the next customer to come in. We are trying to keep ventilation, the doors open as much as we can. Everyone is in gloves and masks, trying to keep everybody as safe as we can.
And of course, like many restaurants and businesses in the food and bar industry, you've adapted to COVID-19 and you've opened great new outdoor space. Talk to us about that.
Yes, so we have beautiful views of the city skyline. Once the governor did roll back opening dates again in the summer, it kind of forced our hands. Okay, we have to do something. Being that we are in Central Avenue, we can get several tables out front, which unfortunately to maintain, the restaurant just really wasn't enough. In addition to when customers come in, you hate to tell them, I'm sorry, I don't have space for you. So we did open up our rooftop, which has been, it's truly been a blessing to us. And a lot of our customers have also said that it's kind of like a little mini escape. So you're not leaving the city, but you're getting, open air and just a whole new perspective. And so it's really been great for us.
Roseanne, putting those tables outside and opening that rooftop area, it took a lot of work and it took a lot of support, I would imagine, from the city government, Mayor Fulop and the city council. Can you talk to us about how business owners, you and Paul especially, have worked with the city administration to allow business to keep going?
Well, I will say that everyone did, work together beautifully. We were able to, get it open fairly quickly. Everybody, all our staff, it became like, a mission, like we're kind of like a big family. So everyone really did pull together. We were able to obtain, the proper permits that we needed and just to get it open as soon as we can. So everybody could still enjoy Paulie's, but in a safe environment.
You mentioned staff there. You referred to your staff as family, and I think that's probably pretty common in the restaurant industry. How has your staff adapted to these changes that you've had to implement over the past few months?
Actually, everyone has been great. Really just, every day we come in and, okay, we go over, is there anything new we need to change? Is there any new restrictions? So everyone is on top of everything once their shifts start. So, we're really doing everything we can to, try to keep, all our staff, because everyone, has families to take care of, and you hate to have to, tell a staff member, I'm sorry, we have to cut back. So we're really just doing everything we can to, keep our family together.
Roseanne, I think you've done a great job. And like I said at the outset, I've been in Paulie's a few times before and after COVID. We're going to take a break real quick, and we're going to come back, and I want you to talk about what makes Paulie's so special. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Most women who give birth recover without problems, but any woman can have complications after the birth of a baby. Learn the post-birth warning signs such as fever, headache, chest pain, shortness of breath, increased bleeding, or thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else. Knowing these can save your life or the life of someone that you love. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is wrong, call and get evaluated by your healthcare provider. If your symptoms get worse or you do not hear back from your physician, call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room.
RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Hi, and welcome back to Tapped into Hudson. I'm Steve Lenox. I'm the publisher of Tapped into Hoboken, Tapped into Bayonne, and Tapped into Jersey City. We're joined right now by Roseanne Scalia from Paulie's Brickhouse. Roseanne, thank you for sticking with us for the show. We want to talk a little bit about the history of Paulie's Brickhouse. I understand that Paul, your husband, has family history in the pizza business, and this was something that he wanted to keep going through the generations. Would I have that pretty accurate?
Yes, his mother and his aunt had a pizzeria on Bergen Avenue years ago, and it's kind of always been in the back of his head, something that he wanted to get back into, and saw the opportunity and ran with it.
He ran with it for sure, and it's been very successful. I mean, obviously, you're dodging COVID-19 as best you can. How is running a business, a restaurant business, how does this impact a family? I mean, you've got children, and you've worked full time in the past, and raised your children, of course.
Oh yes. So it's definitely presented its challenges. Children one just graduated college, one in college. So, that's always an issue there. But on the same time, they've come in, family everybody pulls together and, does what needs to be done to, help the family and keep everything, up and running.
Roseanne, I know one of the things I like best about coming into Paulie's is the family aspect of it. You sit there at the bar and you chat with the person on the left, you chat with the person on the right. And of course, again, these are things that have sort of gone away a little bit, certainly after Governor Murphy's newest edicts last night. What can we expect when we come into Paulie's now?
Well, hopefully we can get over this, and it won't last too long, the new guidelines. But at the end of the day, we do want to keep everybody safe. So when you come in, we still have, our friendly staff is still there to help you and, get whatever you need. We still have our fabulous kitchen staff. So all our food is definitely, we're still pumping out a full menu in addition to some new additions that we're adding on. So always something new and exciting.
Tell us about that menu a little bit. Obviously, you got Paulie's Brickhouse, you got the brick oven pizza, but you've got one of the most full menus I've seen in any local bar in Jersey City. What's the inspiration behind that very diverse menu?
Well, it's basically you want to keep everybody interested, and everyone, we do have, our customers are from many different backgrounds, tastes, so everyone kind of has their favorites. So we do keep all the favorites on board, as opposed to, in addition to just adding on new things. One of my favorites is the bread for our sandwiches. It's all made right in our brick oven, made fresh every day.
I think a new favorite, Roseanne, that came up in the summer was the saucy scoops. Why don't you tell our audience about that great ice cream, the boozy ice cream, so to speak?
Yes. So one of the things we do like to pride ourselves on is fresh ingredients, everything, freshly made in-house. So we did start Saucy Scoops. It's a line of ice creams and Italian ices, and most of them are alcohol infused. So, but everything is made with, it's all fresh local ingredients, no additives or preservatives. So it's all fresh right in-house.
I'm going to put you on the spot here for a second. Go on. I think you're going to answer the question I was about to ask. Tell us some of your favorite flavors that you've created.
Well, let's see. We do have a Fireball ice cream, which is a cinnamon whiskey in with ice cream, which is especially this whole cinnamon, because it's the time of year. So that is definitely one of my favorites. In addition to, we have a vanilla, honey vanilla ice cream with honey whiskey in it. So, and really there's something for everybody. We've had people come in and just say, hey, what about if you try some of this? And so we're definitely open, we're trying all new things. We have a line of sorbets, we have Italian ices, and even if you don't want alcohol infused, we have a full line that is not infused.
And you offer the flights, which I've enjoyed more than once. Roseanne, before we wrap this up today, you are located right in the heart of the Central Avenue Business District, and there's a lot of energy coming to Central Ave, and there's been some redevelopment plans approved recently. Where do you think Central Ave and the Heights are going in the coming years?
I'm very excited to see the direction that Central Avenue is going. There's been a lot more foot traffic within the last year, and I do see a lot of more people are shopping local. The Heights is a beautiful part of Jersey City. Granted, downtown is gorgeous in its own right, but the Heights, it's a big family, is how I like to say it. Everybody knows kind of each other on the block, and it's a great environment.
It's got a different energy than downtown Jersey City, but a very positive and loving environment all the same. Roseanne, I really appreciate you joining me today. I know we're going through difficult times, but I wish you luck, and I'll see you in Paulie's Brickhouse soon. Stick with us for the next segment. We'll have another restaurant owner joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Hi, and welcome back to Tapped Into Hudson. I'm Steve Lenox. I'm the publisher of Tap Into Hoboken, Tap Into Bayonne, and Tap Into Jersey City. For this third segment of the show, we're joined by Leah Woodcock, Woodcock, I'm sorry. Leah, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
Leah, thank you. Sorry about that. I jumbled the name a little bit. Leah, of course, you're co-owner of
That's
the
okay.
Hutton. We're so glad you joined us. In the first two segments of the show, we
Thanks
had
for
one of your
having
counterparts from right up the street there at Paulie's Brickhouse. And we are talking
spot.
today. That's a great spot, of course. We're talking today just, 12, 15 hours after Governor Murphy has put in some new restrictions in place for dining. And of course, he said that restaurants and bars will close at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, Mayor Fulop has been very strong, saying this probably wasn't the right decision. He would have preferred to see the governor go with some harsher penalties, if you will, for the bars and restaurants that aren't complying with the restrictions that have already been in place. Where do you stand on this, Leah?
So, I feel like everyone is really just trying to do what they think is best for the city and for everybody's health. Obviously, we would like to stay open. We don't want to have the restrictions, but we completely understand why they're making those calls, and we'll adhere to them. And I think the sooner everyone just adheres to the rules and wears masks and does what they need to do, then we can get through this spike and hopefully get back to some normalcy eventually.
I think that's great, sensible advice, Leah. I can see that you're sitting there on your outside patio, a place that I've been several times since COVID hit us. It's warm outside today, even though it's mid-November. We got winter coming. How are you gonna deal with the cold weather? Are you prepared for that? Do you have heaters outside?
We do. We have a lot of outdoor space heaters, and we have these dividers that also actually, I think, provide a little warmth. So if you're in, it's almost like a little cocoon. You have your divider, you have a space heater. We have warm cocktails that are delicious. So we're trying to do our best to keep it as enjoyable outside for as long as possible.
Leah, none of us could have seen this coming.
25%. No, absolutely not. We do have the 25% capacity indoors, but that's limited as well. And we've been really lucky with weather. So, we've had outdoor dining we've been able to stretch it for a while, which is great.
And in our last segment, when we spoke with Paulie's Brickhouse, they spoke about the staff being family and really coming together as one during this time. Would you say you've had the same sort of community there at the Hutton?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was tough going when we were in quarantine. That was really hard. It was very hard to, for everyone to not be working. We were open for takeout and delivery, so we just had a really minimal kitchen staff to keep things going. So really, really happy when we could reopen and get people working. And I think, we're really lucky. We have a great crew. They've been with us for a long time. A lot of them have been here, not a lot, but many of them have been here since we first opened. So we've been through a lot together at this point.
Leah, I want to talk a little bit about opening. Your husband, Ian, who helped open the place, of course, is a proud Irishman. And the Irish have a great tradition of being in other side. The Irish, of course, have a great tradition of being in the. They're in the pub business. It's in their blood. What of the Irish mentality has he brought to the Hutton?
I think that's a good question. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of attention paid to as perfect a pint of Guinness as possible. I think that's the primary. If you don't have that, then you're just not an Irish pub. So that was, right. I think, number one. We have, we don't consider ourselves an actual Irish pub, but we do have a lot of Irish influences. We serve a great pint of Guinness. We serve an Irish breakfast now at brunch. When we were allowed to do so and not restricted, we had an Irish music session every Sunday. That was amazing. So it's part of who we are as a culture, partially, but and those influences are definitely there. And we have an Irish owner, so that helps.
And I can see you're tucked in nicely into that nice little snug there. Again, very reminiscent of an Irish bar you'd find out in the countryside somewhere.
Exactly. Well, that's true too. I mean, it has that coziness. And we really, I think just in terms of like what we try to provide, we want to have great food and comfort, have to be cozy and comfortable, but really good quality. And I feel like, that's the charm of when you are in the Irish countryside and you go to these out in the middle of the country, that's what you find. You find great quality food, you find, great friendly people, good drink. So that's our goal too.
The togetherness, the warmth, all these things that we seem to have lost in the past 6 months because of COVID-19.
Exactly.
I think it's fair to say, Leah, the Hutton is really, you're keeping that strong.
Thank you. We hope so. Thank you.
And when we come back in the next segment, Leah, we're going to talk a little more about some of the changes that you've made in the past 6 months. Of course, that outside patio. And I understand from talking to Ian, you've introduced a new menu. You've introduced some new spaces. You've had to get away from the music and everything else. But you've done a good job, and you continue to welcome guests. With that, we'll be back in a few minutes for our fourth segment. Thank you.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
Hi, and welcome back to our final segment of Tapped into Hudson. I'm Steve Lennox. I'm the publisher of Tap into Hoboken, Tap into Bayonne, and Tap into Jersey City. And of course, we're joined again in this segment with Leah Woodcock, the co-owner of the Hutton in Jersey City. Leah, thank you for coming back and joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks.
I know, Leah, a few weeks ago, you had a very special guest in the restaurant. You actually had Governor Murphy joined you, I believe, for lunch.
Yes.
And I'm sure he of course, was a very cordial guest, as he always is. But did you get a chance to talk to him at all about some of the restrictions that he'd put in place and what his plans were going forward?
No, we didn't really get into that. He was with a group of people and he had a lunch meeting. We were delighted to have him. And again, we find no fault with anything that the decisions that either Philip or, Cuomo have made. Murphy have made. I really do think that everyone's trying to make the best decisions that they can for everyone and everyone's health. And we were delighted to have him. He had a burger. He enjoyed it.
And I hope a good Guinness, or maybe a Murphy's actually, but we don't need to go too into that.
No, he said he'd come back for a beer. He said he'd come back for a beer another time. Yeah. But we were really happy to have him. It was another beautiful day. They sat outside, so it was nice.
So, Leah, I want to talk a little bit, we started into in the third segment, some of the changes the Hutton has made over the past few months. You've introduced a lunch menu. I know your Wi-Fi is great. Talk to us about why that's mattered.
So we just yesterday, opened for lunch. We have a really nice lunch menu. It's basically things from the dinner menu. We have salad, sandwiches, we have soup, we have some pastries, things that people want to have during the day. And, we have this huge backyard area that hopefully we can have for a little while longer. We have great Wi-Fi. I always think, like, if I had this closer to my house, I'd love to come down and just hang out here. It's a great space. If you're working from home, which most people are still at this point, you can take a break, you can have lunch, you can sit, you can have a coffee, take a big table, and just relax and enjoy. And so we're open every day now, Monday through Friday for lunch from 11 until 2:30.
Great. So you've introduced remote working essentially at the Hutton.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great.
We have the space, and I think people are starting to get more stir crazy than anything else now with the days getting shorter. I've felt that myself. So I think it's nice just to change your surroundings when you're working, even if it's for an hour.
And Leah, how is all this stress that you've gone through since March, how has this impacted your family? I mean, this has got to be very challenging for all of you. It's a lot of time together, which you're used to in the restaurant industry, but it's a different kind of together.
Yeah. Oh, you mean working together with Ian?
Working together, being home, you're always together.
Yeah, well, we do have other work that we do as well. We get, we find it really enjoyable. We love our team, and we have a great staff that works for us. We have a great chef, great manager. So if you can believe it, it hasn't really been that stressful. We try to solve problems together, and I think, it's not easy sometimes to run a restaurant because you have a lot of personalities, and that's also kind of the fun of it too.
Yeah. The times I've been in there recently, I came in during the summer right after a big summer storm blew through, and your staff, they looked shell-shocked, but at the same time, they were great welcoming the guests and making sure everything was safe and ready for us, and that our food was prepared the way it should have been. You're very lucky with the staff you've got.
We are so lucky and very grateful. And we really just try to encourage them, to treat people as if they were in your home. I mean, that's what we want. We want it to be casual and comfortable, and for people to be cared for and attended to, without being stuffy, and not hovering, but really just have it be relaxed but very attentive and good service.
Well, they certainly do a good job of that. Leah, before we wrap this up, we've talked several times about you've talked about the comfort food, the warm cocktails. Let's get more specific in the last minute or so. What's your favorite thing on the menu, both a drinks perspective and a meal perspective?
Oh my gosh. Well, it depends on the time of year. I'm really a huge fan of our pork buns, which I could have anytime. I think they're amazing, and they're a great way to start a meal. You can share them. They're delicious. We have a fried chicken platter now, which is great. Our chicken naan sandwich is hugely popular and delicious. What else? There's so many good things. Apple guacamole and chips with a frosé or frozen margarita is, never a wrong time for that. I don't care what time of year it is. What else are my favorites? It really, you go through phases. We have fantastic salads. I have, kind of my little meal. You sort of go through phases. So sometimes, so right now I'm in the pork bun with the salad and chicken combo. That's sort of what I do. Then next week it could be something else.
Leah, I realized what I just did there. It was like asking you to pick your favorite child, which is never a fair thing to do. Leah, I really so appreciate you coming on the show today. I know there's so much going on in the restaurant industry. Yeah, no, it's great. We really want to help local businesses. And with that, we're going to wrap up this 4th episode of Tapped into Hudson. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.